we look back on our lives and we start to feel even an inkling of regret. Takes us away from our lives in the here and now. That's what we need to be focusing on. In addition to planning for the future. It doesn't really actually matter how many years have gone by. We feel we're with the wrong people, in the wrong places, doing the wrong things. Because the feelings of regret are taken away from realizing that it's okay and we can make peace with the past. With the pieces of the past. That some are lying there as broken shards. That if you walk on them again, they might cut you. So, there's also the realization that they can be glued together and be a part of something greater, to be repurposed. You reflect on them and not feel any pain from being cut again. It's not about that, about the number of gray hairs, white hairs in your head, or even the color of, especially, the color of your hairs on your head, or if you have no hair at all. We each have our own unique story. We each have a life book. And it doesn't matter if it's 1 page or 1,000 or a novel or a children's book. Who's to put a label on that? We don't need to, but we get so stuck, so trapped within the confines of our minds. And sometimes when you're trying to take a picture, and it's still dark, and you get so frustrated. It's dark, and you can't figure out what's going on, and maybe you need to change the aperture, or no, it's not the aperture, maybe it's the ISO. And you go through the litany of, well, why can't it be, but why can't I see beyond this lens? And as photographers joke about, it's because you have to take the lens cap off. And also the realization that, yes, there are varying focal lengths. There are other lenses to use. You may be so attached to one, and that's okay. It's important to be accepting of that too. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it's also a choice. We have the freedom of the choice to choose what lens we look through, to take the lens cap off, to realize we need to stop panicking. Is that, yes, we can see more without the lens cap on, and we get tired of the prime, we can pop a zoom lens on, and so this metaphor can be extended in many different ways, with many different perspectives, just like the lenses. So I just wanted to share that. And it doesn't matter, these timestamps, these labels, these numerical values. What's true value is something that we don't see, that's within us. We place so much emphasis and importance and value on the outside appearance and how things appear. And if we let that in, we let the outside in, and we're extrinsically motivated, and that's what's leading us forward, then we're not actually going forward. We're in retrograde. So we need to go back to refresh the browser and realize that We can restart at any point of our lives. And time, there's more to it. And there's more to this life than what we see. So open your other eyes. Whatever other eyes you have, the spiritual eyes, your third eye. Do we have other perspectives? We have other eyes. And if we open our minds and our hearts, we let go of any kind of attachments and baggage and things that are doing us harm or holding us back or making us feel trapped, limited. A lot of it starts right in here. And I'm just reflecting on this. It's actually March 28th. We're 2 days away, 2 days away from Easter. And I don't want to think about another holiday, celebrating it from a commercial perspective, celebrating it from a societally acceptable perspective, but what it actually means on a core level. What does it mean? What does it represent? What are we celebrating here? And is it a one day and then it's done and then we don't celebrate anymore? It's no more importance. No. It goes beyond that. So anyway, what I was just making a point about is I've spent many New Year's Eve and this past New Year's suffering and struggling, being caught, trapped. Not just figuratively trapped, but also physically trapped in 4 hospitals. Trapped in my body too. My immune system battling like hell to overcome the flu. And mental illnesses and all kinds of things that I wasn't in control of. Seizure disorder. Whatever it actually was. The hell that I went through. So I've got to look beyond that, or it's going to limit me from moving forward, even taking baby steps forward. And it doesn't matter what day it is, what time, what you have on, what you're wearing. Think about how you feel and find a time to reflect on what's on the inside. We get so caught up in the rat race or in dissociating from what we've struggled with or suffered with. But we can find a time to be mindful, to be heartful. Then there's so much that's been heavy, that's been lifted. So many problems that are no longer problems. That's so much part of the solution. And that's my humble opinion. And it's your freedom to be able to choose to believe it or not. But we are not just what we eat. We are, but we are what we believe. So there's a lot of power in just our very thoughts. And the thoughts become words, and the words can become actions. So we have to guard our thoughts. Because if our thoughts become corrupted, and our thoughts are poisoned, and we're poisoned by whoever, then we can be abusive with our words, and our words can hurt not just other people but ourselves. They can be self-sabotaging, and they can be destructive, abusive, and that's not okay. And then they can also become actions, the crimes that are committed. They all started at the thought level. So what seeds are you planting with your thoughts? Are they seeds of delusion and corruption and negativity? And are you cultivating that kind of garden, or are you letting those seeds go to pot and planting ones of love and of all of the good things in this life, many of which we don't see, but we know. And you know them on the inside, and they're not always easy to hold on to. But they're real and they're true and they're important. We are important. So let's go beyond. Let's go beyond and dig deep. Because as plants, we need to have roots and to have fertile soil, all the elements that help grow them. Sometimes we need to be transplanted. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We need support to be transplanted. And that's where I'm at right now. And I'm not gonna spend any more wasted time feeling that it's wasted, feeling that there are regrets, feeling that there's something wrong with these people in this place and me, and that's bringing me down. That's bringing them down. It has a ripple effect. Remember, you have importance and influence, not just with your loved ones, your close inner circle, your family, your friends, also people in this community, people in this region, and in this country, and and throughout the world, worldwide. You affect people around the world, whether you like it or not. I do too, and I have to realize that too. So, I'm sharing these things not in a selfish way, not out of contempt, out of hate, or anything negative. But I hope that you will value what's wise, what's real, what's true, and find that within yourself to be and to share. And we never stop learning, we never stop growing, and we never stop ourselves, because we go on living. Thanks be. And it's my faith that is allowing me to do that. The miracle. It's a miracle. It's a blessing. So share the blessing. Don't curse those who've done you wrong. Bless them, and you'll be blessed. We all will. And don't let anyone or anything keep you down. Go back to the inside and convert all the negative to positive. Convert the hate to love, because that's what's moving us forward and gluing those pieces back together. That's why there's hope to live. And we will all live onward.